city gave off a radioactive glow which could be seen for miles. 10:15, the garden sprinklers whirled up in golden founts, filling the soft morning air with scatterings of brightness. The water-pelted window panes running down the charred west side, where the house had been burned, evenly free of its white paint. The entire west face of the house was black, save for 5 places. Here, the silhouette and paint of a man mowing along. Here, as in a photograph, a woman bent to pick flowers. Still farther over, their image is burned on wood. In one Titanic instant, a small boy, hands flung into the air. Higher up, the image of a thrown ball, and opposite him a girl, hands raised to catch a ball which never came down. The gentle sprinkler rain filled the garden with falling light. Until this day, how well the house had kept its peace, how carefully it had inquired. Who goes there? What's the password? Getting no answer from lonely foxes and whining cats. It has shut up its windows and drawn shades in an old maidenly preoccupation with self-protection, which bordered on a mechanic paranoid. Warmed their hidden circuits. 4 nights were cool here. 9:05, a voice spoke from the study ceiling. Mrs. McClellan, which poem would you like this evening? The house was silent. The voice said at last, since you express no preference, I shall select a poem at random. Quiet music rose to back the voice. Sara Teasdale, as I recall, your favorite. There will come soft rains and the smell of the ground, and swallows circling with their shimmering sound, and frogs in the pools singing at night, and wild plum trees in tremulous white. Robins will wear their feathery fire, whistling their whims on a low fence wire, and not one will know of the war, not one will care at last when it is done. Not one would mind, neither bird nor tree, if mankind perished utterly. And spring herself, when she woke at dawn, would scarcely know that we were gone. At 10 o'clock, the house began to die. The wind blew a falling tree bark, crashed through the kitchen window. Cleaning solvent, bottles shattered over the stove. The room was ablaze in an instant. Fire screamed a voice. The house lights flashed. Water pumps shot water from the ceilings. But the solvent spread on the linoleum, licking, eating under the kitchen door, while the voices took it up in chorus. Fire, 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 fire. The house tried to save itself. Doors sprang tightly shut, but the windows were broken by the heat, and the wind blew and sucked upon the fire. The house gave ground as the fire and 10 billion angry sparks moved with flaming ease from room to room and then up the stairs. The wall sprays let down showers of mechanical rain, but too late somewhere. Sighing, a pump shrugged to a stop. The quenching rain ceased. The reserve water supply which had filled baths and washed dishes for many quiet days was gone. The fire crackled up the stairs. It fed upon Picassos and Matisses in the upper halls, like delicacies, baking off the oily flesh, tenderly crisping the canvases into black shavings. Now the fire lay in beds, stood in windows, changed the colors of drapes. The house shuddered, oak bone on bone, its bared skeleton cringing from the heat, its wire, its nerves revealed, as if a surgeon had torn the skin off to let the red veins and capillaries quiver in the scalded air. Help.
The house gave ground as the fire and tendering angry sparks moved with flaming ease from room to room and then up the stairs. The wall sprays let down showers of mechanical rain, but too late somewhere sighing, a pump shrugged to a stop. The quenching rain ceased, the reserve water supply, which had filled baths and washed dishes for many quiet days, was gone. The fire crackled up the stairs, it fed upon Picassos and Matisses in the upper halls, like delicacies, baking off the oily flesh, tender and crisping the canvases into black shavings. Now the fire lay in bed, stood in windows, changed the colors of drapes. The house shuddered, oak bone on bone, its bared skeleton cringing from the heat, its wire, its nerves revealed, as if a surgeon had torn the skin off to let the red veins and capillaries quiver in the scalded air. Help, help, fire, run, run, heat snapped mirrors like the first brittle winter ice, and the voices wail. Fire, fire, run, run, like a tragic nursery rhyme, a dozen voices high, low, like children dying in a forest alone, 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 alone. And the voices fading as the wires pop their sheathings like hot chestnuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5 voices died. In the last instant, under the fire avalanche, other choruses oblivious could be heard announcing the time, cutting the lawn by remote control mower, or setting an umbrella frantically out and in, the slamming and opening front door, 1,000 things happening like a clock shop when each clock strikes the hour insanely, before or after the other, a scene of maniac confusion, yet unity, singing, screaming, and one voice with sublime disregard for the situation read poetry aloud in the fiery study until all the film spools burned, until all the wires withered and the circuits cracked. The fire burst the house and let it slam flat down, puffing out skirts, a spark and smoke, the crash, the attic smashing into kitchen and parlor, the parlor into cellar, cellar into sub-cellar, deep